Do you like cheese?
Do I like cheese? Cheese is everywhere.
Did you know that they produce cheese in New Jersey?
I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I've been researching this for like 6 months now. Jersey is
Okay.
special to my heart. I've lived here my whole life.
All
And
right.
I'm just learning why we're called the Garden State.
Really?
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna make a movie about cheese.
All right, roll sound. Roll cam. All right, a cheesy dog, Savior, interview 1. Mark.
Hello. My name is Nancy Boone, and I am the manager of the Ramsey Farmers Market in Ramsey, New Jersey, every Sunday.
Interview 6. Mark.
Hi.
2. Mark.
Can I interview your dog? Can I ask your dog a question? Hi. What's your favorite type of cheese? Oh my gosh.
I'm Maria Stewart, the owner of Gorgeous Goat Creamery.
I thought cheese came from Vermont, France, Wisconsin. Not somewhere like here. Right in my backyard. Chapter 1, The Cheese Community.
We became farmers here by accident. In 2018, we bought 4 goats to manage the invasive plants in the forest. And one of those goats that we brought home was producing milk because we thought it would be nice to have a little fresh milk in our refrigerator. Well, that turned into something a little bit more serious, and we were sharing it with friends, and of course the natural question was, oh, are you selling this? And I knew that dairy is a highly regulated industry, and I said, no, I can't sell this to you because that would not be legal, but let me figure out how we could actually sell cheese, because that would be kind of cool. And it took a while. It took almost 18 months to go from cheese in our kitchen to being able to open our commercial dairy. But we had to go through a lot of background work that you don't see when you open a package of cheese. But essentially, we are operating at the same levels of expectation as a large cheese manufacturer, even though we are a farmstead micro dairy with 25 milking goats. We didn't buy this property with the intention of starting a goat dairy. That just happened by accident. Cheese is a community builder. It brings people together because everyone has different preferences and different ways of enjoying cheese. Maybe it's just sliced on a cracker, maybe it's melted, and I think we all can have conversations about whether we like or don't like a cheese.
I asked the community at Ramsey's Farmers Market and Savor in Lambertville, what is your favorite cheese? Simple, right? Well, picking just one turned out to be a cheesy challenge. Do you want to do an interview about cheese?
My favorite cheese?
Oh my.
Oy, oy, oy.
Anything that melts.
I love goat cheeses.
Cooper Sharp American.
I like a strong cheddar cheese. I like Asiago cheese.
Oh my god, what is my favorite cheese? What do you mean?
I usually like goat cheeses.
Brie, I like smoked Gouda.
Munster and Gouda.
And just about everything.
My favorite cheese right now is the Stella Vallis.
Gruyere, maybe?
Why do you choose the shop?
I choose the shop because the owner is really great, and also the cheese is a great selection, and it's also a block and a half from my house.
A cheesy dog, Savior, interview 7. Mark.
Good?
Yeah.
Hello. So I'm here at Savor with the owner. What's your name?
Sean.
What is your favorite cheese?
Oh, goat cheese, all kinds. for sure. Yeah.
Okay. What brings your passion to open up a shop?
I actually started here as a merchandiser and kind of fell in love with the place. The woman who originally opened the store liked my vision so much so that she agreed to sell me the store.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Happenstance. It's the way most best things in life happen.
Chapter 2, the rules on cheese.
The regulations as they're stated at the federal level really are written with the large manufacturer in mind. We are all following really strict food safety guidelines, requirements that we have to meet that are the same requirements as the very large manufacturers of cheese and other dairy products. So those regulations, I understand that they're, for the safety of the general public, but in some cases they're very rigid and it makes it a little bit more challenging for us. They don't take into account that an on-farm processor is also managing a herd of animals. They likely have a smaller staff and are balancing a lot of other moving parts, not just operating a cheese plant. So the female goats will queue up and they'll come through the two gates there. I'm going to swing one of those gates so it's a throughway to go up the ramp. They go through the little door and then they go into the parlor and they'll all line up 6 in a row to their feed trough. And then I'll milk them. Okay. And then when those 6 are done, they leave. I pour the milk in the bulk tank. I refill the feed trough. I let the next 6 in. We milk those. I, do it again and again and again until I have all 23 of my milkers.
Nice.
Because basically, once you bring the crew in here, the timer starts.
Oh, I see.
In the sense that when they get done eating, they're ready to leave, and they'll just start biting each other's ears and causing a major kerfuffle in here. So I like to be all set so when I bring them in, I can milk them and then they can leave.
Yeah. Behind the flavor is a framework. Every wheel, every wedge is shaped not just by hands, but by laws.
Dynamic really is now that most dairy industries are under one authority. Each program manager has their specificity, besides having, of course, general wholesale. The state does wholesale here in New Jersey. The retail is done by local health departments. And it's usually with the Department of Agriculture. So there's a desire to really, of course, get it back under the Department of Agriculture. And I don't know if Maria explained that to you, but we're working steadfast to, in fact, of course, create better uniformity and better consistency.
So each goat will get their udder or their teats cleaned with a soap and water solution, and that's what I'm doing these little towels for. And then there's a teat wipe, it's kind of like a baby wipe, that's made specifically for the goat feet. And that has glycerin in it as a moisturizer and emollient, as well as lactic acid as a mild, kind of like, I won't say disinfectant, but it's like a cleanser to just make sure everything's nice and clean.
Margins are really tough. Dairy is tough. Through the years, a general advent of almond milk, all these different types of vegan milks. There was umbrage years ago that those industries or those products were able to use the word milk. Okay, when it's really an almond, it's a rigorous business, dairy. A HACCP plan is if I do this piece of fish, then I have to know the known targets. And then within my receiving, handling, processing, in fact, then I've retarded any bacterial, viral, naturally occurring growth. So that's in any food product.
When people are looking at local cheese, I think some of it in New Jersey might be a little bit of a mystery because we don't have that many cheesemakers in New Jersey. Supporting each other is quite important.
Chapter 3, the local favorite.
So buying local, especially in New Jersey, is so critical to support agriculture. Support an industry that is very niche in the sense that we have amazing microclimates in New Jersey that offer unique products, whether it's cheese or wine or even fruit. We're the Garden State for all that.
Cheese doesn't have a boundary.
If I see cheese, I'll, if it strikes my fancy, I'll get it no matter where it is.
Hi, doggy. Hello.
Come on, go.
Hi.
Yeah, say
Do you
hi.
like cheese?
Come on. Yes, you do. Say, come on, Nanya.
He likes American cheese.
It's the people that are around you. It's your neighbors.
I have never met a bad piece of cheese.
I feel like I'm supporting people I might be passing in the street, that they're my neighbors.
The benefits to local cheese, I think, are understated.
You see an artisanal piece of cheese, you should put your bathing suit on.
The small vendor, the small business, you can ask them lots of questions.
Small batch products are always better for the environment. They're better for you as a consumer.
I feel 10 times better when I eat local.
You can get to know them and you get a relationship with the people that you're buying from. So local is important to me.
It's important because I think those big supermarkets are kind of trying to do us dirty a little bit.
I marvel at our small and medium scale farmers. The myriad of creative breads, creative products, creative cheeses.
Because I like to support small businesses whenever I can.
Tastes better.
These people are just so cool, and they're the ones that are making this stuff. Like, what the hell? Why would you go buy a DiGiorno when you can get a pizza right there?
We can think about the benefits in terms of transportation, but also the benefits of stimulating the local economy. When you buy local, you're putting that dollar that you're spending back into the local economy and supporting those that are working right alongside you.
Support all our milk producers and processors here in New Jersey, but it's the fragility of the milk industry nationwide.
Love that I know where my food is coming from, and I can ask any question that I want. Like, why are we ingesting plastic?
If you purchase cheese that's made in New Jersey, that has like the shortest travel distance to the supermarket or wherever you're buying it, as well as to your refrigerator.